And because crucially, Antonella, she thought she had all the correct documentation. She's an Italian. I mean, presumably, if she'd been coming here on holiday, she'd have been allowed to come for 90 days.
Yeah, but the thing is
she
that
told the truth about coming here to help with childcare for her cousin and his English wife, I think. And as a result of doing that and not having the correct visa, she got banged up overnight. And I read that what upset her most, perhaps, and there's a reason behind this, was the confiscation of her phone and some other belongings.
Yes, absolutely, because she was confiscated all personal belongings, including her smartphone, because she told me the authorities there, they didn't want her to take pictures or short videos to share afterwards of this Cornbrook Immigration Removal Center, and yes, it's basically a prison because there is a barbed wire at walls. Her room just had bars at the windows. And she couldn't leave, of course. And actually, when she was seized the cell phone, she didn't have numbers because the contacts were in her numbers. And she was given a old phone with no camera, but she had no pounds to
charge it
to top up. Yes, the phone. So I mean, eventually, at payphones, I mean, in this center,
yes.
She managed to contact her cousin, and she was sent back the day after back to Italy. But she
was deported. I mean, technically, she was deported to Milan the next day.
But she told me that she met there, like, for instance, another young Italian woman of her same age, 24, and she told her that she had been there in this center for 5 days because she couldn't. I mean, she couldn't. They couldn't find the right flight to deport her. So this is actually what is really going on. I mean, I wrote this story mainly for 2 reasons. One is, I mean, to report what actually happens in these centers where, I mean, EU citizens are when they haven't the right documentation are basically detained in prison for a few hours or more hours or a number of days. And secondly, to make people aware, especially, I mean, in Europe and Italy, that things have really changed. And so if someone has not the right documentation or a visa, I mean, they risk to be taken to prison. Also, because there is no, I mean, currently there is no visa provided, especially for young people with the au pair status. So the case of Marta was particular, but I am told by diplomatic sources that since the 1st of January, that happened to dozens of Italian citizens.
And that's just one European country, of course. I mean, we've been in touch with the Home Office looking for comment this morning. They haven't got back to us yet, but they told you EU citizens are our friends and neighbours, and we want them to remain in the UK, which is why they have until 30th of June to apply for the EUSS if they were resident before 31st of December. For those who were not resident before this date, as the public expects, we require evidence of an individual's right to live and work in the UK.
Yes, they said exactly this, and also when I asked them about these conditions in prisons that basically limit the freedom of individuals, they just pointed me back to the information of gov.uk on the detention service orders. That is, basically, I mean, detention service orders. So you are detained, so you are in a prison.